Okay, is my screen visible?
Yes.
Hmm. Okay, now got it. So, okay, let's recap what I said now. Okay, so we have posting period variant. So, what is posting period variant? So, posting period variant is nothing but it will tell you which period should be allowed and which period should be blocked. Okay, so for example, you have we have taken an example of fiscal year variant. So, in your fiscal year variant, suppose your company is following calendar year. So, if your company is following the calendar year, now the calendar year starts from Jan and ends at December. So currently you are in the December month. So when the end user is posting any transaction in the 12th month, then the end users should be allowed to post the any document or invoices related to 12th month in the 12th month only. The end user should not be allowed to post the transaction in any of the month which is related to the previous months, because if a transaction, suppose say expense account debtor to bank account, so you have an expense of 20,000 and the bank got to 20,000. Now if this expense is related to the 12th month, if I post to the 8th month, what will happen? There will be a change in my P&L statement for the 8th month, because my P&L shows less amount for the 8th month. Previously it was showing as 1 lakh. You are in a profit of 1 lakh on the 8th month. Now when I post this particular expense here, my profit will show as 80,000 for this month. So is this correct way? Because you should show your reporting to the internally, you should see the reporting to validate whether you are in a profit or not. But in the 8th month, in this 8th month standpoint, are you in profit or loss? You are in profit only, but previously it shows 1 lakh and now it shows 80,000, which is not valid. So that the SAP has given us a control where the super user can open the particular posting. So for example, you may have also an other way around, that is this expense or bank account is related to the 9th month, but you missed to post in the 9th month and now you are in the 12th month. Now if you want to post this particular expense to the 9th month, then the super user can open the 9th month and allow to post. So who is a super user? Super user is nothing but the manager of the end user. Okay, now so after this, what we will do is, let's one step back and I'll show you. So define variants for posting period. So the path would be financial accounting and financial accounting global settings. In that you have fiscal year and posting period, and in that you have posting period. So here you will be defining variants for open posting periods. Execute this. Now, so XYZA and XYZU. For XYZ and XYZU, I have created my posting period variant. Now after creation, what I need to do? I need to assign it, right? So posting period variant is at the client level. So in the client level, with our example, there are fruits in the hall. So now XYZ and XYZU should pick that fruits, right? That for example, now you will be assigning posting period variant to company code. Okay. Now let's go to the next step. One step back, and you have assigned variants to the company code. Execute and check for your company code. So XYZI and XYZU is there. So XYZI, we have defined the same naming convention. Save it. Now, now you have defined a different posting key for your company code A and company code B. But your XYZU and XYZI is following the same fiscal year variant, which is K4, correct? K4 in the sense Jan to December, same as Jan to December. Now either you can create a single variant because your both company codes are following the same posting period variant, so that you can create XYZI and with the single variant you can do the control, or else you can maintain two variants and you can do the control. The best approach is maintain the two variants, because in for particular company code related expenses need to be posted. Then what you need to do, if you open this variant posting periods, then for this both company code the postings will get opened, correct? So that is not the good approach. The good approach is to maintain a separate posting period for your separate company codes. Now, so you will be assigning your posting period variant to the company. So I have assigned, save it. Let me take a screenshot. So assignment is done. Now, now you need to maintain the posting period variant, where this would be very interesting now. One step back. So open and close the posting periods. So here now it's asking posting period variant. So in OB52, you will be maintaining the posting periods. Okay. So when you go for a OB52, now the system will ask the for the posting period variant. So if I want to maintain for my Indian company code, I will give XYZI, enter. So no entries found for this match, correct? So because I need to create my posting period variant. Okay. Now let's do one thing. Go. If you click on maintain all, you will see all the posting period variants that are created in the system. Okay. If I want, I can just copy the posting period variants that are already there in the system. Let me take this 1710. Just copy it and I will change this to my variant XYZI. Press enter. Now these 7 entries are copied. So what does it mean? So it means your from account and to account. So from this to this, from account to this account, the system will allow you to post the transaction. Yeah, I'll explain you in detail. So let's maintain the configuration first. Now the year would be, okay, this is fine, this is fine, this is fine. Save this. So I need to also maintain for my XYZU, right? I'll copy it. XYZU. Okay, this is done. Save it. Now let me take the screenshot of this. So first, let me explain one by one. So the first one, you have account type. So what is an account type? So account type is nothing but if you are posting a particular transaction with respect to an GL account or an vendor account or a creditor account, so or a customer account, then the system will, you can set the control with respect to these account types. Let me copy this. So you have this many account types plus A, D, K, M, S, V. For example, posting, if I am posting a document with a vendor, okay. If I'm posting a document with a vendor, suppose for example, expenses to vendor account. Okay. Now in the period 12, in our example, if I am posting a particular document which is related to a vendor, correct, then I am supposed to allow for this 12th period or not. So for every document which you are posting to a particular uh, vendor, customer, or an asset, or a master, or a GL account, that can be controlled whether that is allowed or not for this 12 month. You can control at the customer or vendor level, and the second level is from account and to account. So in the vendor account, I have, suppose for example, 1 to 1000, and also I have 1001 to 2000. Okay. So here for a vendor, so I can maintain multiple entries also. For a vendor, for example, here you have K. So here I have K, K. So for K, if I maintain 1 to 1000 and 1001 to 2000, and I am allowed to open. So for example, I have given 12 from period and to period 12, 12. Okay. If I give this control, then the system will only allow the 12th period. But for a vendor, if I am posting any documents in this, for the any documents related to these vendors in the previous month, then I can only open this for the, so suppose for example it's 12 12, so it's only restricted to 12th month, but I have feasibility to change this particular to the 11th month. Okay, if I change the 11th month to 12th month, then the system will allow you to post for these only, for these vendors only to the 11th month, but not for this month, not for these vendors. So I have that much feasibility now. So we have now come to know what is an account type and why we use this from accountant to account. So now the other question is, what is from period 1 to period 1, from period 2 to period 2, from period 3 to period 3. Let's, so periods. So you have period 1, period 2 and period 3. So the period 1 we use is for normal periods. Okay. The period 1 we use to control the normal periods. Normal FI, normal FI periods. Normal FI periods in the sense, normal postings for regular day-to-day FI transactions. Okay. Now, so why period 2 is used? Period 2 is to control the special periods. Okay. And period 3 is used to control the postings from CO to FI. So if something is coming from CO to FI in the controlling, if I post a settlement document, So that settlement document is posted with a secondary cost element. That secondary cost element need to be posted into the FI also. Then you can control that whether that can be posted or not with this period 3. Now posting period 1, posting period 2 and posting period 3. So what will come under posting period 1? So your first month to 12th month, correct? Your first month to 12th month will come under the posting period 1. So posting period 2, we are talking about special periods. So special periods in the sense, what are special periods? So apart from 12, right, we are telling there are 4 additional special periods. So 4 in the sense you have special period 1, special period 2, special period 3 and special period 4, and that would be numbered as 13 to 16, correct? In the same way here also you will be controlling that fiscal year variant. So here 13 to 16 you will have. Okay, now what the posting period 3 will have? Same, 1 to 12. So this special period, if you allow, then the system will allow to change your these periods and also these periods. So these both are interlinked. This can be only an adjustment. This will be open only for adjustments only. Now in the CO, this is a main topic. In the CO, you can control the posting period, the postings at the transaction level and at the OBYC level. You have two options. You have OB52 and you have OKP1. In OKP1, it controls specific transaction type. So in OB52, it will control the posting window. So which period to open or which period to close. Now, for example, if you take CO to FI, I'll go to OKP1 transaction. Okay, so here I'll maintain the transaction control at the controlling area level. Let's take version 0. I'll explaining you this when I am teaching you the CO. Now we have actual and planned. So let's take actual. If you see here, this is a particular process. So you can log this process in the CO. You can log this process, or so in this process also you have period 1 to period 16. Okay, whether you log this process. So if I log a particular process, then this process is not allowed for my 12th period. And if I log this process, then this process is logged now. So even if it allows from 1 to 12, that particular process is allowed from 1 to 12 also, it is logged at the transaction level, correct? At the transaction level, it is logged. So the system won't allow you to post the document. So in CO, you have these two approaches, correct? Okay. Now we have maintained the posting period variant. The next step is we need to maintain the field status variant. So before that, let's see what and all we have did for our company code. Let's go to OBY6 transaction code. I said previously in OB16 we can see what and all the assignments we have done and what and all we have defined for the particular company code. So in XYZI, if you see here, the chart of accounts is done, the company code assignment is done, the credit controlling area is done, FM area is done, and fiscal year also I have assigned. Now the posting period is also done. Now what I should do is I should go for the field status. I should define my field status variant, and after that I should do the controlling part. I should define a controlling area for my company code, and I should assign this company code to my controlling area. After this, we can after this we will do the ledger settings, and after that we can post our first document. Let's go one step back. Now, so what is field status variant? For example, if you are having a GL account, correct? So you have a GL account. In this, I am using the GL account rent account. So rent account should be on the code. What is the GL code for the rent? It is 3 series 30000. So we have 6 digits limit. So 3 followed by 5 digits will be the my GL code. Now, so when I am posting a rent, I am supposed to have a cost center, correct? Cost center should be mandatory for me. So cost center should be mandatory for me. Now, to accomplish this requirement, whether a particular field in the GL account is mandatory or on optional, or it should be suppressed. We can define here. Okay, we can define in this field status variant. So which this cost center should be mandatory, right? Now what I need to do? I need to have a particular group assigned to this particular GL account, correct? So what is that group called? That group called is field status group. Okay, this field in this field status group, if I am creating an expense account, I say particular field should be mandatory. For example, in our case, cost center. Okay, in our case, the cost center. So if I am creating any GL account with this field status group, then I am supposed to enter the cost center when I am posting a transaction in FB50, for example. So let's take one example. For example, I am posting a transaction, our same transaction, expense account data to bank account. Now, as per our definition and configuration, what I have configured for this field status group cost center is mandatory. So it is a required field. Now, when I am posting 20,000, and I am not entering the cost center field. So I am not entering the cost center field for expense. Will the system allow me to post the transaction? The answer is no. In FB50, when I am trying to post this transaction, will the system allow me without giving a cost center? The answer is no. Because in my field status group, I have defined my cost center is a mandatory field, and in turn I assigned my field status group to the GL account. Okay, GL account. So in this GL account, this field status group is assigned, and when I am using the same GL, when I am seeing using the same GL, and when I am trying to post an expense account where this field status group is assigned, then I am not allowed to save my document without giving an input of a cost center. Now let's see how it works in the configuration. Go one step back, SIMG, the path would be SIMG, financial accounting global settings, ledger. So go to the ledgers. Here you have fields. Here you will be assigning the define field status variant and assign company code to the field status variant. Okay. Now click on execute. So you have a standard field status variant as 0001. Select it and let's see what and all the groups you have. So I am telling about your field status group, correct? So you will be defining a field status group and in turn assigning these field status group to the GL accounts. Let me open the GL account. So where do you assign your field status group in? For example, in the create bank or interest. In this field, here you have assigned Z001. Okay. So you have this field status group 001 defined and assigned to your company code. Correct. Now, if I double click on this in the general data, so when you are creating a GL account, this GL account, when I am using this GL account, when I am posting something to this GL account, then the assignment and the tags would be option and the text would be optional. If I click on the required, then I definitely need to give the assignment number and the text for this particular GL account when I'm trying to post. In the same way, we have, so I talked about the cost center. The cost center for this GL account is surprise. If I click on the required field, then if I am posting a particular expense, I am supposed to enter the cost center. If I don't enter, then the system won't allow me to post the particular transaction. So for a cost center, you have separate field status variant. So sorry, separate field status group. I'll create n number of groups based on my requirements. So you have here Z004. So in the Z004, in the account assignment, the cost center is optional. So this field is displaying now to give an input. If I want to restrict it to an required entry, I will be hitting on this particular radio button and saving it so that the cost center will be definitely be required. So without that, the system won't allow me to post a particular transaction. Now let's you can either create a new field status variant for your company by copying this, or else you can use this field status variant. So in my case, I'll use this field status variant, or else if you want, okay, let us copy it. Copy it. And what would be your new field status variant? XYZI. So XYZL. I'll be creating an universal field status variant. So that would be applicable for my both companies. Enter. So it's asking whether it want to copy all my account groups for this XYZL from 0001. I say copy all. So 43 are copied. Now just save it. Change the description field status for my XYZI and okay. FSV field status variant for XYZI and XYZU. Okay, save it. So now you will assign XYZL for your both company codes. XYZA. So you will assign XYZL. Just press enter, save it. Let me take a screenshot of it. What I have done, I have assigned. So I have assigned and defined my field status variant to the particular company code. Okay. Now, so what and all the options we have? We have the first option in the field status variant is suppress. The second option is required. And the third option is optional. Correct. So what is meant by suppress? Suppress means don't show the field in normal terms. So what is required? So what is required? Required means don't allow to save until the required field is filled. We'll be telling the system like don't allow to save the field. Don't allow to save the required field until it gets filled. Okay. So optional means you can enter it or leave it blank. In the layman terms, these are the definitions of this particular field status variant. Okay. So in this field status variant, you have these many categories: surplus, required, and optional, and you'll be defining the same with your account groups. So in the account groups, you can define whether the particular field, for example, in our case, cost center, should be surprise, required, and optional when I am posting a particular transaction. Now, so after the field status, you also have posting key. Okay, it's not posting period. So I am talking about a posting key. So what is a posting key? So posting key is a two digits number where the system defines what is a debit and what is a credit and which account group the system should allow or which account group the system should restrict based on the posting key. For example, if I am posting any document related to GL accounting, the debit would be 40, the posting key would be 40, and the credit would be 50. In the same way, if I am posting anything to a vendor, then the debit would be 21 and the credit would be 31. So in vendor, you have a special transactions, which is like advance vendor special transactions. So the vendor normally what vendor is? Vendor balance is a credit balance. But in the special case, when I am giving something advance to my vendor, then that is an asset for me, right? So the vendor will be created as a debit balance here. So for that, we will be using a special key. The special key would be for vendor special balance, it should 29 and 39. 29, 39. After that, so you have customer. So for the customer, it's 01 debit and 11 will be the credit. And you also have a special customer. So what would be the for a special customer? It's 09 and 19. In the same way, you have assets and material. For assets, it's 70 is the debit and 75 is the credit. In the same way, for materials, 89 is the debit and 99 is the credit. Okay. So posting key defines what can be a debit. By seeing the posting key, we can say that okay, it is a 40, so it is a debit balance. So if it is a 50, it is a credit balance. So let me take you to the posting screens. So if you see here, you have a posting key. So if you post any document, suppose for example, here I have posted a KR document. So which where my uh, mm, where my customer will come into the picture. Okay. Now here if you see, you have 39 and 29. So in our example, so what is 39? So vendor, so they are posting some vendor special transactions. You have also 26. Then what is the 26? 26. So you have AP domestic vendor. So why we use this 26 for? That we need to see in the posting period variant. Let's go to the posting period variant. So you have here define posting keys. So what is a posting key? So here you have in this posting key, you have 26, right? So what is 26? 26 is for payment difference. So for the payment difference, the system is using this 26. So here also you can maintain the field status. So if a particular GL is posting with this particular account key, then you can ask the particular a system to show the field or suppress the field. So you have that feasibility for the posting period variant also. Now, now in the posting key, what you can do? So you can, so suppose you can, if you want to limit your posting key to a customer or to a vendor or to a JL account, asset or master, that you can, like you can whether this posting key should be only allowed to the debit or it should only allowed to the credit, that you can do the configuration as such. So in the SAP, go one step back. So in the posting key also we have this same options. One is suppress, required and optional. You have this many options for the posting key also. Now I'll tell you the rules. So what are the rules? The where the system will follow, because you will define whether a particular field is allowed at the field status variant at the GL account, and when the GL account is posting with the posting key, then there would be also a rules surprise required optional. So what rules the system should follow, whether the rules which are there in the field status variant or in the posting key. So let me take the rules. So the first preference the system will take is surprise. The second preference is the same. So the preference would be same, surprise required and optional. So for example, in our example, let's take expense account data or expense account to bank account. Okay. So expense has a GL account, this GL account. So this GL account is assigned to a field status group related, saying cost center is required field. Okay. So what your fields for cost center, what your field status group is saying, required. Now when you are posting this GL, your posting key is 40 and for bank it would be 50, correct? So in the posting key, financial accounting global settings, document, and it is defined posting key. So let's take 40. Okay, 40 is your debit, right? Debit for GL account. So in the posting key, in my field status, in the account assignment, so it is telling that my cost center is optional. So suppose it is surplus. In the posting key, it is surplus. Okay. Now what the system will consider. So when you are posting this document, whether the system will take it would be required or it should be surplus. So what the system will take? Any guess? These are the rules. So in my field status group, for a cost center it is required, and for in the posting key level for this cost center it is surplus. So the system will follow this priority. So for the cost center, the system will check whether this, the whether this has been suppressed in anywhere in the field status group, if it is a surplus or not. No, then it will see the second option. So in the field status group, if they have set or required or not. Yes, required is set. Sorry. So here the suppress is there, right? The first option is suppress. So suppress is there. So the system will automatically suppress it and it will won't show the cost center field at all. Now the second option is, so now the result is what? Result is surplus. So surplus wins because as per our rule, the first rank has surplus. Surplus has your first rank. The second rank is required and the third rank is optional. Now let's take the second option. So second option is in the field status group, you have required and here you have optional. So based on this, here field status group we have required and posting key you have optional. So based on this rule, what will get survived? So what is the end result when I am posting a transaction? Required optional. So you have required optional. So which has a second rank? Required, right? So optional has a third rank. So the system definitely will don't set your cost center as optional. It will tell you it is a required field. Now the third one is you have set here optional and here also optional. Then the what the system will take, the low priority, it is optional only. So the system will take optional. Okay. So by this to conclude, the system will follow these rules when comes to the field status of a particular GL account which you are posting in the system. So please do remember these GL accounts. Sorry, remember these rules while you are posting the GL accounts, so that when we are posting a real transactions, real documents, then I'll be showing all these examples to you, like how a particular document will be worked based on this field status variance and the account groups. Yeah. So by this to conclude, in this class, we have learned what is a posting period variant and what is a field status variant and what is a posting key. So we have learned three objects now.